this past month has been so crazy busy for me. I mean, I actually have like a life. Well, I mean, I always have a life, and as usual, it's mostly revolving around my kids. Like, Arya, as you know all this.
It's
I'm
really
basically saying it's for
developing.
everyone's benefit. She's developing really well. Actually, I was going to say that, but actually, I'll get to that in a bit. But she had the eye surgery.
Yeah.
She, as you know, she had the exotropia, which made her eyes turn out, and so we had to get that fixed. And it's I was worried that she'd have to wear patches, and she needed the surgery on both eyes, but luckily she didn't. But you saw the pictures. I mean, her eyes looked really kind of bloody and weird, but that cleared up, and it really her balance helped, and she started walking a lot better after the surgery. I mean, now she walks everywhere, but and she is developing really, really well. I mean, she plays pretend, which the boys never did, and
Yeah.
she tries to talk. She does say a few words. She's very interactive. She's into everything. I mean, she's pretty much a normally developing kid, and in a lot of ways that means she's trouble. But I'm like, you know what? If
Yeah.
that's if that's normal, bring it. If that's a typically developing child, bring it. I mean,
Yeah.
I love all three of my children, but I never really had this experience with a normally developing child who will play pretend and interact with me and stuff, and it's just nice to have that because
Yeah, it's a big relief.
it's a huge relief. I mean, there was always that, there's always that nervousness in the beginning. And as you know, Xander was a few weeks ago diagnosed with autism. I mean, I suspected for a while, but I knew I said he was because I kind of knew he was, but we got the official diagnosis. And
Yeah.
it's upsetting, it's frustrating, but I mean, I love him, and I love William, and it's very different than William. I mean, when Xander, when William was the age Xander is now, he'd already started talking. I mean, he didn't talk till he was 4, but still, right after he turned 4, he started talking. And Xander is not talking yet. Um, One thing that frustrated me a few weeks ago was that Xander just didn't. I mean, they'd say, like with William, they would ask, "Are you like, what is he interested in? What does he like?" And I couldn't name a lot of things because he still didn't do much in the way of play. But I said, "Well, he likes books, and he likes, puzzles and things like that." And I mean, as you know, he could read before he could talk. I'd say, "Where's
Yeah.
such and such a word?" And he would point to it. But yeah, Xander, they're like, "What's he interested?" I'm like, "I don't know. He really doesn't show an interest in anything." But now, the last couple weeks, he seems to be, and this is what's good about Arya being typically developing. Xander seems to be following her example. Like, Arya will sit
Yeah.
down with a book, and she will point to words and try to read aloud, like when, oh, I disappeared. Hi, there I am again. And, try to read words like when I read to her. And Xander
Yeah.
doesn't do that, but he will pick up a book and sit and look at it, which he didn't do before. Or, and the two of them seem kind of jealous of each other. Like if I'm playing with Arya, Xander will come and want my attention. And if I'm playing with Xander, Arya will come and want my attention. And
Yeah.
so it's kind of cool. I mean, I think just because he sees what Arya's doing, he's trying to want to be more a part of things too. And
Yeah.
I think that's really huge. And also now, another thing which a couple weeks ago this was different. If I, call Xander and say, don't, like he likes to play with the blind thingies here, which is annoying. And if I'd be like, Xander, don't do that. And he just wouldn't listen to me. And now he will. It's like, Xander, please don't do that. Come away from that. Or, if I call him to come to me or whatever, and he'll listen. And then he might go back and I might have to call him and tell him like a few seconds later, but he does listen now, which is new, which is something he didn't do before. So
Yeah.
it's
Okay.
it's very encouraging. But
Excellent.
yeah, and yesterday, William had an eye appointment just to update his glasses prescription got updated a little bit. But I was really proud of him because except he did struggle when they gave him the eye drops. But I mean, those aren't fun anyway. But other than that, he was really very good. And taking an autistic child to any kind of doctor's appointment is really hard. And
Yeah.
I mean, but this particular one was really good with him, really good with working with him. A lot of doctors are not. I think they need to, because so many kids are being diagnosed now, I think that more doctors need to be trained and better
Training.
equipped to deal with autistic kids. Because, I mean, it takes like 3, 4 people sometimes to hold the kids down so they don't kick. So you can, and it's hard, but you don't want to restrain the child, but if they need to get something, what are you going to do? And so, but William was really, really good yesterday, except for when they gave him the drops. But other than that, he did really great, and I was so, so proud of him. And in the waiting room,
Yeah.
he sat and colored nicely. I didn't have to run all around and chase him. I mean, but as William's gotten older, that's gotten better. It's still an issue with Xander,
Yeah.
but as William's gotten older, that has gotten a little better.
That's good. And I'm sure you let him know how proud you were and
Oh, I did. Gave him a big
yeah,
hug. Yeah.
good.